It's 10 a.m. now on WKYT Midmorning. A woman accused of murder says she was acting in self-defense.
Republicans today are celebrating their official candidate for president, Donald Trump.
And Hollywood says goodbye to one of its all-time greats.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning to you. Welcome in. Here we are, Wednesday, Hump Day, July 20th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. And as we've been warned, that steam, the heat, oh man, it's starting to come on.
I mean, it's beautiful out there. That's the good thing with the sunshine. But yes, the heat and humidity are combining like a team. Let's check in right now with meteorologist Micah Harris.
They'd be a pretty strong team, that's for sure, especially heading off towards your Friday into your weekend. That's when it really gets scorching hot outside. It's a beautiful day like Bill and Barb were talking about, but it just doesn't feel great. I mean, we're really going to see that humidity increase in the next several hours and several days, too. 84 degrees already here in Lexington, Frankfort at 83, and we'll finish off right around 90 degrees. It's pretty much where we were yesterday. Yesterday and today are pretty much carbon copies of each other. Most of us will stay dry, and that actually lasts through the rest of the work week. Focus is the heat. I'm going to talk all about that coming up.
All right, here's the latest from WKYT News. We began this mid-morning with breaking news in Lexington. Police right now looking for a suspect in a bank robbery.
It happened within the last 45 minutes at the Pork Bank on New Circle Road in front of Walmart near Russell Cave Road. Our crew just talked with police. They don't have a description of the suspect just yet, but they did tell us that they're investigating to see if this bank robbery is connected to any other robberies. We'll post the latest information on our website, WKYT.com.
And, of course, a full report at noon. Well, a woman accused of shooting her ex-boyfriend to death is appearing before a Powell County judge now.
Yesterday, a grand jury indicted Roberts for murder, and police arrested her. But Roberts claims she acted in self-defense.
I didn't tell him no, I didn't defy him because I knew what would happen if I did.
What would happen?
I would get hurt.
Now, Roberts says Stephen Strange was abusive, and court records show Roberts had an emergency protective order against Strange. Since Roberts claimed she shot him in self-defense, police didn't charge her and let a grand jury decide her fate. And yesterday, that grand jury indicted Melissa Roberts for murder. Investigators aren't releasing any details, and Strange's family says they were told he never hurt Roberts.
I know that they had a very difficult relationship and everything, but I mean, I knew Stephen loved her very much, and as far as I know, she loved him too.
I didn't mean to. I didn't want him to die. I just wanted him to stop.
Right now, Roberts is about to stand before a Powell County judge for the first time.
And a trial is resuming right now for a man accused in a Lexington murder case. Matthew Donaghy is accused of stabbing his boyfriend, Todd Schumacher, to death in January of 2015. Yesterday, the jury heard from first responders who described the night they found Schumacher's body, saying it was a bloody scene. Donaghy says Schumacher tried to strangle him, and he calls the stabbing self-defense. Donaghy is not eligible for the death penalty. The judge expects the trial to end tomorrow. A phone scam involving callers claiming that they're collecting money for families of fallen police officers is making its way around southern Kentucky. The caller says that they are with the American Police Academy, and they claim the money is for families of murdered police officers. But police say if you are willing to give money, find a reputable charity and don't wait for someone to call on you. It is official. Donald Trump and Indiana Governor Mike Pence are now the Republican nominees.
Trump received the votes he needed during a roll call of states at the Republican National Convention yesterday. Governor Matt Bevins spoke on behalf of Kentucky's delegation.
It is our honor to cast our vote 7 for Governor Kasich, 7 for Senator Rubio, 15 for Senator Cruz, and 17 for the next President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Today is day 3 of the Republican National Convention, a day expected to focus on making America first again. But as Ouija Jang reports from Cleveland, last night was supposed to hinge on the economy, and many of the speakers used their addresses to attack Hillary Clinton.
Congratulations,
The second day of the RNC proved to be a family affair. After Donald Trump was formally named the GOP's presidential nominee, 2 of his children addressed the convention during primetime.
He's always helped me be the best version of myself.
I know that when people tell him it can't be done, that guarantees that he gets it done.
Trump's rival turned ally Chris Christie electrified the crowd with his so-called indictment of Hillary Clinton.
For risking America's secrets to keep her own and lying to cover it all up.
Clinton fired back at Christie over Twitter, writing, "If you think Chris Christie can lecture anyone on ethics, we have a bridge to sell you." Then the war of words continued immediately after Christie's speech.
If Hillary Clinton wants to take me on, I'm happy to take her on every day between now and the end of the campaign.
The biggest speech of the convention tonight will come from Indiana Governor Mike Pence, who officially became Trump's running mate yesterday. California Delegate Marilyn Barkey is looking forward to his address.
I look forward to hearing what they'll do together and how they'll put America first.
Pastor Darrell Scott will also speak today.
I'm going to speak from my heart concerning the Mr. Trump that I know.
Ivanka Trump will introduce her father tomorrow on the final night of the convention. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Cleveland.
And Kentucky Senate President Robert Stivers is also at the convention. It's his first time as a delegate for Kentucky. Stivers says his takeaway from the convention is that the Republican Party is unified and that Donald Trump has a good chance of being the next president.
Well, my message in Eastern Kentucky is that Donald Trump is the person who can best deal with the problems we have. I come from a coal-producing section. We've lost thousands of jobs in that area, and Hillary Clinton is nothing more to us than an extension of what the Obama administration has been.
Now, last night was big, of course, for Republicans, but as we've seen, it wasn't always about Donald Trump. His Democratic rival, Hillary Clinton, often was the focus.
The highest-ranking Republican in the U.S. Senate, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, was among the speakers who lashed out at Clinton. McConnell is blaming what he calls Clinton Democrats for a Senate standoff that blocked President Obama's request for money to fight the Zika virus.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I've been around a while, and I've been around the Clintons more than anybody should ever have to be. A couple of years ago, Bill and Hillary camped out in my state, telling anyone who'd listen why they ought to vote against me. Tonight, I'm here to return the favor.
Congress is now on a 7-week recess and left Washington without acting on the Zika money. Democrats objected to a GOP proposal that would block Planned Parenthood clinics in Puerto Rico from getting money to fight the virus. State Senator Ralph Alvarado Jr., a doctor from Winchester, is scheduled to speak at the Republican convention tonight. There have been a number of acts of kindness for law enforcement officers around the Bluegrass in recent weeks, and another show of support will be happening today.
A lot of people showing their appreciation. Domino's Pizza is providing lunch for all 548 Kentucky State Police employees in the Frankfort area to show their thanks for what the officers do every day. Pizzas will be delivered to the KSP Central Lab every 30 minutes throughout the afternoon. For officers working second and third shift, Domino's says the pizzas will be delivered to post 12.
All right, a good deed.
And we all need to say thank you. Well, keep it right here this mid-morning.
We'll be back in a moment. Another rock and roll band is not happy about its music being dragged into politics.
And Hollywood loses a legend, a sad day for fans of Happy Days.
Only a slight chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Friday. That means it's all about the heat. I'm going to get into that forecast, show you how high our temperatures go. Coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Bright blue skies at the moment. It actually looks pretty good the rest of the day. Here's one thing we cannot do today, tomorrow, or on Friday is we cannot rule out a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. And I literally mean a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. There's no scattered showers, thunderstorms, no widespread weather, nothing like that. It's about the heat the next few days. Best chance for one of those pop-up showers or thunderstorms is back over toward the western zones. A little energy in southern Indiana and also western Kentucky. So during the day, the heating of the day, we get in toward the afternoon hours, you could see a couple of rumbles of thunder. It is possible back toward our western zones, 127 corridor and westbound. That is your best bet. So 150, 68, those are better opportunities to see one or two, literally one or two thunderstorms roll across the area. Other than that, we stay dry. Looks pretty good. We're sitting there in the low 80s for most, some mid 80s. Lexington to Georgetown, back toward Midway, up towards, say, Frankfort and Peaks Mill, stamping ground, down towards Simpsonville. If you're heading out to the malls, the outlet malls later on this afternoon or now, it looks pretty good, but remember, you can't rule out a stray thunderstorm in that area. So getting through the rest of the day, we'll be right around 90 degrees. Later on this afternoon is pretty much where we were yesterday. It's going to be where we are tomorrow, and then on Friday it gets even warmer. But you can see only a 20% chance of rain today. Most of us stay dry off into the evening and into the night. So let's talk about the next few days. Like I said, today, tomorrow are much like yesterday, where virtually all of us stay dry except one or two locations, and it's about the heat. Those temperatures right around 90 degrees. Then we get in toward Friday. Look at your heat indices, the way it feels like outside, and that goes right around 100 degrees on Friday. Saturday, it gets even warmer. Watch this, a lot of triple digits showing up across the area. 102 in Georgetown, 102 there in Frankfort too. So anywhere across the region, we're going to be feeling like 95 to 103 degrees Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see. But as of right now, I'd say Saturday and Sunday, that's when you can expect a couple of rumbles to show up across the viewing area. And as of right now, there's no widespread rain chances anytime soon. Like I said, guys, the best chance of seeing a pop-up thunderstorm is really toward the weekend. The next 3 days, only slight chances. That doesn't mean we're fully dry. That just means most of us are going to be dry. So just keep in mind. And that's the only way to cool off, I can promise you that.
Right. So when
maybe a pool, maybe like a river.
When it's dry, it's hot. Yeah.
There you go.
We understand. All right, we've kind of been reminiscing about this all day. Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley.
So many great things.
Yeah.
Garry Marshall, an actor, director, writer, and producer who entertained audiences for more than half a century, has died. But, as you said, he leaves behind an enormous legacy both in movies and television.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
By 1979, Marshall had 3 of the top 5 shows on TV, including Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, starring his sister Penny, and Mork and Mindy, starring an unknown comic named Robin Williams. Marshall estimated he wrote and directed some 1,000 sitcom episodes. On CBS This Morning, he recently talked about how TV has changed over the years.
On Happy Days, you said you couldn't even say the word virgin.
No,
You
well,
couldn't say the word
there was a
virgin.
lot of censorship. You know, we said she was as pure as snow, but she drifted.
Yeah.
But that is but sometimes when you have censorship, you got to be a little smarter, a little clever.
After the news of his death last night, stars took to social media. Happy Days icon Harry Winkler tweeted, "Rest in peace. Thank you for your loyalty, friendship, and generosity." Marshall also directed films, including Pretty Woman and The Princess Diaries. He died in California from complications of pneumonia following a stroke. Garry Marshall, very memorable life and career, was 81.
Boy, and Henry Winkler, wasn't he one of the most favorite characters?
Hey, it's the Fonz.
Just great.
Right, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
all of it, really.
Yep.
Well, stars walk red carpets for 2 new films, and Queen takes on Donald Trump.
Daniel Nottingham has your eye on entertainment.
The Trump campaign has come under fire for using this song. The British rock band Queen tweeted that the playing of We Are the Champions was an unauthorized use at the Republican convention against our wishes. Stars of the new Netflix film Tallulah were in New York City for the film's premiere.
Are you housekeeping?
Yes.
This is Madison.
Ellen Page stars as a homeless woman mistaken for a babysitter. When she decides the mother is unfit, she takes the baby, then tracks down her estranged boyfriend's mother, played by Allison Janney, and tells her the baby is her grandchild. Tallulah is the directorial debut of Orange is the New Black writer Sean Hayter.
My goal, both on Orange is the New Black and with this film, is to find the humanity behind those women and people that you might write off.
Tallulah drops on Netflix July 29th. And the red carpet was rolled out in Hollywood for the cast of the horror film Lights Out. The film tracks a shadowy supernatural being who haunts and kills members of a family, but she can only be seen in the dark. The film started out as a 3-minute short that went viral.
I didn't know that just such a short film could lead to all of this, but apparently it can.
Lights Out opens in theaters this Friday. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Hope you'll keep it right here. We keep talking about the holidays in July. You know, think cooler thoughts. The Festival of Trees in Berea is going to be a sparkling display of holiday trees to kick off this year's Christmas season.
And part of the magic is how this fundraiser could help women in Appalachia. We'll learn more about it next on WKYT. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $361 million, and Friday's Mega Millions is $15 million.
Mid-morning here on WKYT, a little more Christmas in July for you. You know, with all the hot weather, the Berea Festival of Trees is going to be a glittering, festive fundraiser for the New Opportunity School for Women, a sparkling display of holiday trees and a lot of fun holiday activities.
And even though it doesn't kick off until the end of November, now's the time to come on board and help as a volunteer or a sponsor. We're joined by Candace Cheney from the New Opportunity School for Women to learn more about it.
They're in her Santa hat.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
We're ready for Christmas, aren't we?
Appreciate
Yes,
you
I'm
coming
ready.
in. What will the Berea Festival of Trees be all about? What do you envision?
Great. Well, it's a new event, and it's going to be a very community-centered event, but it's a fundraiser for low-income women in Appalachia. And what it will be is it will feature dozens of beautifully or creatively decorated trees made by folks in the community. So local businesses can sponsor a tree, community groups can sponsor a tree and decorate it, or individuals as well.
So people can start thinking about how to make that tree very
It-
special
It can be
now.
special or creative, however you like.
Whatever you want on it. Tell us a little bit more about the New Opportunity School.
Great. Well, the New Opportunity School for Women has been around for 30 years, and we serve low-income Appalachian women. We basically help them kind of reboot their lives, I say. We have a special curriculum that we use to help them become more ready for the job skills, things like that.
How often do you see them really turn their lives around?
Very often. Many of them make great improvements in their lives. It's very heartwarming, uplifting work.
And what do they tell you after that fact? Do they say, I wouldn't have been able to do this without you?
Oh, yes. They say the New Opportunity School for Women is why and how they are able to improve their lives.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, as you get ready for this big event that is coming up this year, you'd like people to get, as we said, planning right now and looking ahead. How can they do that?
Yes, it's an exciting time. So this is brand new and we're in the planning phases. So we're looking for all kinds of help from sponsors, business sponsors who want to sponsor a tree or the event itself, to volunteer decorators, people who just love Christmas decorations, to volunteers in general just to help with the event. It will be a large event.
The trees will be on public display, right?
Yes, they will.
Where, around town? Or?
They'll be actually at Churchill Weavers, a nice event space in Berea, and there will be a small admission charge.
But it'll feel better if you're part of it. So we hope people give you a call.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we hope you'll stay here.
Keep it right here. We're going to be checking in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll find out what he has. Barbecue time.
Why, yes,
coming up.
look at that. Looks like an amazing grill. We're back in a moment.
Ready for a little barbecue here. Two-step barbecue chicken is on the menu in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Sounds simple. Take it from the oven to the grill, and it turns out great.
If you've ever grilled chicken slathered with barbecue sauce, then you know the sauce usually ends up burning before the chicken ever has a chance to cook through. That happens because the sugars in the sauce caramelize so quickly, we end up with chicken that is charred on the outside while the center is still raw. But there's an easy fix to this. All we do is season our chicken with a bit of salt and pepper and pre-cook it in the oven, or you can put it on the grill without any sauce. And while it's cooking, we fancy up a bottled barbecue sauce by simply adding some honey and a bit of canned chipotle peppers that are packed in sauce. This is going to take ordinary off-the-shelf barbecue sauce and make it extraordinary. Then we slather our chicken with the sauce, and onto the grill it goes just long enough to heat through and for the sauce to begin to caramelize. Imagine bringing this to the table with all the typical go-alongs. And when you do, everyone will be raving about how juicy and tasty it is. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our two-step barbecue chicken so you can take your barbecue skills to a whole new level. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and I'm glad I could share one of my favorite ways to cook chicken with you, so you can say, ooh, it's so good.
That's pretty neat. It involved the oven and the grill.
I was about to say, that is one day that I'll hang out with him and eat with him.
Figured you would.
And maybe bring it inside.
Bring it inside.
And eat in the air conditioning.
Yeah,
good
idea.
That's probably the best idea. And that not only goes for today, that goes for the rest of the work week off into your weekend. Yeah, grill out, but like Barb was saying, bring that stuff inside because it's just going to be really hot as we head off through the next several days. I do want to say this, 86, 87 degrees, it's really 86 to about 88, is average around the region. And all the counties that we cover, 86 to 88 degrees is average. And you're looking on there at 90, 90. I mean, these aren't extreme temperatures. These are not record high temperatures, but they're for a string of days that we have not felt for quite some time. Of just straight 90s or 90 plus degrees.
And add a little humidity to it.
Humidity
Don't forget that part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
A week's worth of that, and you'll know you've been through summer, right?
Absolutely. And we're so glad you joined us. Bold and the Beautiful next on CBS.
We'll have all the latest for you, the latest news and weather at noon on WKYT. We'll see you then.